Texas is preparing for leftist riots. It's June 11th, 2025, and these are your headlines. As riots erupt in cities like Los Angeles and protests targeting U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement are planned for this weekend, Texas Governor Greg Abbott's deploying the Texas National Guard across the state to deter potential violence and maintain order. Now, under both the Texas Constitution and federal law, governors have broad authority to activate their state's National Guard in response to emergencies, including civil unrest. In his role as commander-in-chief of the Texas National Guard, when not federalized, Governor Abbott can deploy troops to assist law enforcement, protect property, and respond to threats to public safety. Well, after one demonstration earlier this week in Austin turned destructive, Abbott noted that more than a dozen protesters were arrested. His approach stands in sharp contrast to what we see from California Governor Gavin Newsom, who's opposed efforts by President Donald Trump to bring in federal troops or National Guard units to restore order in cities like Los Angeles. Newsom has called these deployments provocative and unnecessary, even as violent protests and property destruction continue nightly across his state. Planned protests against ICE this Saturday are expected in cities across the country. In Texas, officials say they will be closely monitoring events to ensure demonstrations remain peaceful and that swift consequences await those who use protests as a cover for criminal behavior. Speaking at an event yesterday at Fort Bragg, President Donald Trump announced his intention to reverse the renaming of several U.S. military installations, including Fort Cavazos, or as you probably still know it, Fort Hood, restoring their original names. Now, Fort Hood was renamed Fort Cavazos in 2023. It had been one of 9 U.S. Army posts renamed after a federal commission recommended removing Confederate-linked names. The installation was renamed in honor of General Richard Edward Cavazos, a decorated Korean and Vietnam War veteran and the first Hispanic 4-star general in U.S. Army history. Trump had previously opposed the renaming effort during his first term. He vetoed the legislation that created that naming commission in 2020. Congress overrode his veto, however, and the commission's recommendations were later implemented under President Joe Biden. Fort Hood, established in 1942 and named after Confederate General John Bell Hood, remains one of the largest military installations in the world. It's grown to occupy 340 square miles and is home to around 34,500 military personnel and their families, 5,000 contractors, and 4,000 civilian employees.
Do you feel increasingly isolated? Like the world has gone insane and you are part of one small, clear-headed remnant? Let me be the first to tell you, you're not alone. I'm Sarah Gonzalez, and on my new show, Come and Take It, I'm going to call out the crazy so you can be empowered to change Texas and the nation. Overcome the schemes of the left designed to keep Texans paralyzed and silent. Watch or listen to Come and Take It today.
A North Texas man has been arrested after his ex-girlfriend accused him of secretly giving her an abortion-inducing drug, resulting in the death of their preborn child. Justin E. Anthony Banta was booked Friday into the Parker County Jail on a charge from local law enforcement of tampering with physical evidence and a separate charge from the Texas Rangers for capital murder. According to the Parker County Sheriff's Office, a local woman discovered she was pregnant in September of last year, shared the news with Banta, who was her boyfriend at the time. Banta then informed the woman that he had ordered an abortion-inducing drug for her over the internet. However, the woman told him after the purchase that she intended to keep the baby. Well, officials say things turned after Banta and the woman met at a coffee shop. At that meeting, Banta gave the woman a drink he had purchased before her arrival and homemade cookies. The next morning, according to law enforcement, the woman experienced pain, fatigue, and heavy bleeding. After a very short stint in the emergency room, the woman experienced a miscarriage. Well, Michael High School, Banta's attorney, told ABC's WFAA that the charges against Justin will result in a vigorous defense. For more of today's stories, go to TexasScorecard.com.